Hi everyone, my name is Sadie and welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming to you from a camera on top of a tripod. I'm feeling very professional now that my camera is actually on a tripod and not stacked on top of a bunch of makeup palettes. And kind of on another unrelated side note, today is one of those days where I'm not feeling the most confident about my skin, about my complexion. Got a couple bumps and lumps going on here, and that kind of made me not want to sit here in front of the camera today. My skin is definitely something that makes me insecure a lot of the times, but here I am anyways, filming this video. I know a lot of people, including me, their own insecurities about themselves can hold them back from doing things, but just remember that everyone's trying to do their best to push through their own insecurities, and people probably aren't looking at you and judging you for that thing you're so worried about anyways. Unrelated topic, getting into today's video. Today I'm coming to you from a slightly different angle of my room to talk about my recommendations for a drugstore makeup starter kit slash just some of my current drugstore favorites. And when I say drugstore, I mean brands that you can find at normal drugstores like Walgreens, CVS, other stores such as Target and Walmart, and also products from Ulta. So the inspiration for filming this video today came from my sibling. The other day they were in Ulta and sent me a picture from trying out a bunch of makeup products. I was very mean in responding and said they looked like that one meme of that toddler sitting in the back seat with their makeup all messed up, but that was totally not true and very mean. I know for people who may be completely new to makeup or are just looking to pick up some products, going into these stores can be really overwhelming because there's so many brands and so many products and there are all these constant new releases. So today I want to tell you guys about some of my absolute favorite tried and trusted products from the drugstore. So if you're completely new to buying makeup and you don't really know where to start, or if you're just someone who is looking up to pick up some great drugstore products at a somewhat affordable price. I know when it comes to buying makeup there can be a lot of steps and it can still get expensive, and I will be mentioning a number of steps today, but you by far don't have to do any of them. You can do all of them, some of them, or none of them at all. But if you are interested in hearing about my recommendations for a makeup starter kit slash my absolute favorites from the drugstore and Ulta, let's get started. So the first products I'm going to mention today are my foundation recommendations. My first recommendation is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. The one I have here is in the dewy and smooth finish. There is also a matte and poreless finish. I just think that this is a great no-fuss foundation that has a pretty good range, that has two options for a finish. I use the dewy and smooth because I have more of a dry skin texture, but if you are more of an oily person, they also have the matte and poreless version, which I haven't tried but I've heard good things about as well. Putting down foundation is not an essential step by any means, but if you are looking at to even your skin tone in a way, that is a great way to start. Another recommendation I have, if you are looking for something a little bit lighter and don't need all the coverage of a foundation maybe, this product is the NYX Bare With Me Tinted Skin Veil. This is kind of like a tinted moisturizer, but it's a product that will definitely even out the skin tone but has less coverage and feels less heavy than a traditional foundation. One complaint I do have about this product is the shade range. The shade range is kind of terrible, but because it is this kind of lighter coverage product, you can kind of get away with it not matching your skin perfectly a little bit. I don't always go in with foundation. There was actually a long point of time where I didn't wear foundation at all, so you can definitely skip that step if you wanted, but those are my recommendations if you are interested. The next product I wanted to talk about is an in-house Ulta Beauty product. This is the Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. Now I'm mentioning this product as kind of a dual action product. I've really enjoyed using this product as a concealer to go under my eyes. I don't always do that, but if I'm looking a little tired, I got some bags I need to cover up, this is a great product for that. But the main reason I wanted to mention this concealer is actually for use as an eyeshadow base. Every time I wear eyeshadow, I always go in with a base. It is kind of an essential thing for me to get those colors to blend in nicely and also for the staying power. And I feel like when it comes to eyeshadow primers, the drugstore can be kind of lacking for options. But this is a product that I have found that performs very similarly to the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. It's really great for evening out the color on your eyelid for a good eyeshadow base, and also helps with the blend and the staying power. And if you're interested, you can use it as a concealer too. So after going in with my base, I go in with my eyeshadow. And there's two different palettes that I wanted to mention to you guys today. The first one is this Extreme Access Pocket Shadow by J-Cat Beauty. The one I have is in the shade Walk of Stardom. I really love how both the mattes and the shimmers perform in this palette. And my kind of everyday quick go-to eyeshadow look is a rust brown or maroonish shade in the crease, and then something sparkly and lighter on the lid. And this palette fits that perfectly. The other kind of palette I wanted to mention is the iconic Wet n Wild Color Icon palettes. Wet n Wild has been one of those really dependable drugstore brands for a while, and they have been known for their eyeshadow palettes for a long time, but they've recently kind of reformulated, and by recently I'm pretty sure it's like in the past 2 or 3 years, but they have reformulated and repackaged their eyeshadows. I have the color options Not a Basic Peach, which is another neutral palette with some pops in there, and I also have the color Rosé in the Air, which is comparable actually to the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. It's not an exact dupe, but you can definitely get similar looks with both palettes. And again, these palettes, both the mattes and the shimmer, perform great. Something I like to do with all of my metallic or shiny glittery shadows is wetting my brush. So I dip into the shadow and then I spray a little bit of water on it, and that can really make the shadows pop a lot more on the lid. And I know I'm not talking about brushes in this video, but on a daily basis I like to use a lot of affordable brushes too. Some of those brands including Morphe, ColourPop, and e.l.f., but I won't be getting into those in this video. Moving on, so after my eyeshadow, I go into my eyeliner, and I've mentioned this in my first makeup favorites video, but my absolute go-to eyeliner, drugstore or high-end, is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. I kind of have a problem when it comes to hoarding a bunch of these. I have always been a liquid eyeliner person. I've always preferred liquid over pencils, and I think that this eyeliner is absolutely great for everyone, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned eyeline veteran. I know they've recently come out with a waterproof formula, which I haven't tried yet, but I heard is really great. But I use this eyeliner every day to line the top of my lid and draw the little wing on there. My eyeliner wing has been many different shapes over time. Sometimes have been very long, and if the idea of a liquid eyeliner maybe intimidates you, one recommendation I do have is this Jordana Easy Liner pencil. This is a retractable pencil, which is great because I'm super lazy and I hate sharpening pencils. This product I always pick up at Walgreens. I actually don't know if they sell the brand Jordana everywhere else. While I don't usually go in with a pencil on top of my eyelid, when I tightline, which is kind of this line that's like underneath your eyelashes, tightlining is kind of one of those steps that can be intimidating because you're sticking the pencil like right in your eye, but for me I feel like makes a big difference in making my eyes pop a little bit more, so that's why I love doing that. I have super watery eyes, and this product does not leave my tight line or my waterline if I line it with that. The staying power and the color of this pencil is really great, and it's super affordable, so I absolutely recommend that. So after going in with my eyeliner, I like to jump to doing my eyebrows. This is, I think, the newest product I'm mentioning in this video. I mean, like, newest. I dropped it. No, come back. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. It is a product that really reminds me of the Milk Makeup Brow Gel. It's got a lot of color to it and also has some fibers in it. So if you're not someone who's really interested in carving out a brow with pencil or pomade or concealer or any of that, and you just want to go in with something that will hold those hairs in place and give your brows a little bit more color and a little more definition, this product is absolutely wonderful for that. If you are interested in maybe shaping that brow a little more, one of my recommendations from the drugstore, this is something that you can pick up at Ulta or online as well. This product is the ColourPop Brow Boss. It is a really skinny pencil that is similar to those Anastasia Benefit kind of pencils. It has a super fine tip, so it's really great for carving out the bottom or just filling in your brows a little bit. And if you are looking for a no fuss way like I prefer to do your brows, this brow gel and this brow pencil combined are a really easy, affordable way to get that done. Alright, so the next product I want to mention is my favorite go-to drugstore bronzer. If you have spent any time here watching makeup videos on YouTube, I'm sure you have heard someone mention this product, but my favorite drugstore bronzer is this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I use mine in the shade Sculpting Bronzer, which I believe might be the darkest shade, but I am not sure. This formula is exactly like the name says. It is a very buttery, smooth formula that blends into the skin like a dream. It's really easy to use a light hand and get a nice light bronze look, or you can really build it up and it won't look heavy. I don't always go in with bronzer, but if I'm wearing a foundation that may be a little too light for me, or I just want to warm up my skin a little bit, I go in with light bronzer just around the perimeter of my face. And it's a really easy way to make your face look a little more sculpted. And when it comes to this bronzer, I know people talk about how nice it smells. It smells like summer, maybe a little bit of sunscreen. So after bronzer, I like to go in with my blush. My drugstore recommendation for blush is this e.l.f. blush palette. This blush palette actually comes in two different shades, a light and a dark. And inside each of the palettes, you will find 4 color options. I believe this palette sells for $8, so it is an absolute steal. I have been a fan of e.l.f. blushes for a long time, and I was really excited to see that they came out with these darker blush options. You get a nice big mirror on the inside as well. And for the price, the quality of this palette is really great. It's really sturdy for travel, which I have done many times. I just love a nice rosy or peachy tint to the cheeks. I just think it can make you look that much more awake, which is what I usually need in the morning. So after my blush, I actually like to go back to my eyes and do my mascara. I always make sure that I curl my eyelashes every day because I have kind of sad droopy eyelashes that like to point downwards, so I make sure I give them a nice curl to make them stand up. And my go-to mascara, which I have mentioned in a previous video, is this L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. I use mine in the waterproof version. I've mentioned this before, so I won't go on too long about it, but a newer product that I wanted to mention is this mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess. This is the Essence Lash Princess. Essence is a brand that I know you can pick up from Ulta. I'm not sure where else they sell it, but it is one of the most affordable brands that you can find at Ulta. On the tube it says False Lash Effect Mascara, and I definitely think that is true for this mascara. My favorite thing to do with this Lash Princess is to layer it on top of the L'Oreal. They keep the curl in my lashes and give it a really voluminous false lash effect. My next product is a product that I definitely don't use every day by any means, which is highlighter. But if you are looking for an affordable highlighter recommendation, my recommendation is the ColourPop Super Shock Highlighter. I have it in the shade Smoke and Whistles. ColourPop again is sold on Ulta's website, and they have their own website. When you touch it, it's a really soft powder. It almost feels like a cream, and it kind of has that effect on your cheekbones as well. I use either applying with my fingertips or using a nice wispy brush. It's easy just to dab a little on if you just want a subtle highlighter look, but you can also really build it up on the cheeks and get a really nice shiny look. And there are also different shade options for this ColourPop highlighter as well. Moving on to the next thing, which is lips. I am not really a lipstick or liquid lipstick kind of person on an everyday basis. I like to go in with a gloss. One of my go-to favorite glosses is the NYX Butter Gloss. This gloss comes in a bunch of different shades. The texture of it is super soft. The smell of it is really nice. It smells like a vanilla cupcake. I want to eat it. They pack a lot of color punch in them, and they're not too sticky on the lips. My second recommendation is also a newer product for me. This is the Essence Plumping Nudes Lip Gloss. This gloss again has a super smooth texture that doesn't emphasize any texture you may have on your lips. It really packs a punch with color as well, and I didn't actually notice any plumping effects to it. I know some people can be sensitive to that. And the very last product I wanted to mention today is setting spray. My #1 go-to setting spray, drugstore or high-end, one that I am absolutely obsessed with using lately, is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. It really takes away the kind of powdery look that you may have on your face after layering all these products on top of each other. Setting spray, I feel like, just makes everything settle into the skin and settle with each other and just makes it look more natural. This setting spray has an aerosol spray to it, so it sprays out kind of like a hairspray would, and that to me is revolutionary when it comes to setting sprays, because I know for me one of the really annoying things that you can find with a setting spray is the sprayer being really bad, but this continuous setting mist really distributes the product completely evenly on your face, and it feels so good to spray. Every time I spray it, I don't want to stop. I keep going. Oh, I know that Morphe as a brand can be kind of hard to find sometimes, but they do sell it on their own website and they sell it at Ulta as well. So if you can get your hands on this setting spray, I absolutely 100% recommend it. I am obsessed. And with that, that concludes my drugstore makeup kit recommendations. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and a comment down below. If you end up trying some of these products or you want to mention to me some of your favorite drugstore makeup products, I would love to hear from you down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already to stick around. I would love to have you here, and if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for your support. I have had so much fun making these videos. I can't wait to make more in the future, but that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching today, and until next time, I will see you then. Bye! Hi, I'm filming a thumbnail. Filming a thumbnail.